But you know who can save this whole thing, Brian Last?
Chris Jericho.
You are exactly correct. We need a steady, a calm, a serious, a balanced, focused, sharp, professional eye on this thing. That's what we need. And Chris Jericho, I believe, is the person who can provide a sober, rational viewpoint.
Sober?
A sober, rational viewpoint of a person well-reasoned, well-rationed. You know, there is no reason to think that Chris Jericho is one of these crazy conspiracy theory nutcases that would just say ridiculous shit out in public and expect people to take it as gospel. I think Chris Jericho will be the guy to right this ship as soon as he gets down from the spaceship. Because have you heard?
I can't tell what you're transitioning to, and I'm dying to find out.
Have you heard that Chris Jericho has recently stated in public that he believes he may have been the target of an alien abduction?
No, I saw that I thought you know what? I thought you were transitioning to a spot. I just happened to say Jericho, and then I thought you were transitioning to him talking about the Olympics. I do not know this one, no.
Okay, hold on here. I'm going to bring this. I couldn't print this out. This is a quote. Well, the headline was, quote, "I wasn't doing drugs or anything," unquote. Chris Jericho recalls suspicious incident which left him in a daze. And this is on Sportskeeda, whatever that may be. And the author of the article is Jayakrishna Desapapan. I swear to God. So we'll move on from that. And apparently this is it's a friendly news outlet. You can tell this because second paragraph, Jericho can act, sing, and wrestle exceptionally well. Right there, you know that this is not exactly journalism. He has shared several stories from his wrestling and acting career. However, his latest tale has made fans nervous about his health. This is a quote from Chris Jericho. "I have had time displacement. It's when you can't account for a certain stretch of time. It's when you get like abducted.
Or you black out because of vodka.
Well, no, hold on now. Hold on now. Now, wait.
Okay, let me hear more about his time displacement, please.
Well, because there's some time he couldn't have been drinking because he was driving. See? The quote is, "I've had time displacement. It's when you can't account for a certain stretch of time. It's when you get like abducted. I was driving home on a country road." Now, right there, it's never fucking Interstate 64. It's never in downtown fucking St. Louis next to the Arch. It's always in goddamn Broken Bow, Oklahoma on a country road, right? So here's his quote. "I was driving home on a country road, and it should have taken me about an hour to get home. And instead of getting home at 2 a.m. Now, wait a minute. Does Jericho not live in suburban Tampa, Florida?
Well, he has residence there. We don't know how many homes he has.
Well, I don't know, Holmes. How many homes you got, Holmes? Boy, where is he going to be driving down a deserted country? How many? Has he made an indie show somewhere in fucking Apopka? He's on a country road, and instead of getting home at 2 a.m., I got home at 5 a.m. I still don't know what happened. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't doing drugs or anything. There is just a big chunk of time missing. I should probably go to a hypnotist and see what happened."
He's really lost it. This guy got drunk and watched Flight of the Navigator and thought that was his life.
I've not seen that film, so I'll just laugh, ha ha ha, because I don't get it. But, okay, here's the thing now. You're supposed to get home at 2 a.m. You're driving down a lonely country road. I would assume you're alone, because if you weren't alone, then you could turn to the guy next to you and say, hey, where'd the last 3 hours go?
How do I explain this to my wife? I was supposed to be home at 2. I got home at 5. It must have been alien abduction, of course.
There's where I was going. Now, certainly, I know that especially in the advent of the cell phone era, that my wife, Stacy, always when I'm on a trip knows approximately what time I'm going to be home, and she gets updates. And even, yes, this was the middle of the night, but one would think that, the insurrectionist wife would be, at least as concerned about where the fuck he's at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning when he's overdue and he's driving out by himself. Could something have happened? She'd be at least as concerned about that as she was about trying to overthrow the fucking doofully and lawfully elected government on January 6th. So she wasn't calling around. She was like, where the fuck's Chris? He was supposed to be home 3 hours ago. It's pitch black. I don't know what could have happened to him. He won't answer his cell phone.
He must be on a country road.
A country road being abducted and anal probed by fucking the invaders. Roy Finnis found that fucking shortcut. And now Chris has gone through the same path. For all of you fans of the Quinn Martin production, The Invaders. So he can't account for 3 hours. And again, now, this is not... His close is, I should probably go to a hypnotist and see what happened. Okay, I've driven, as everyone knows, a couple million miles in my life.
How will I find out what happened here? I know, I'll go to a hypnotist.
I'll go to a hypnotist.
What?
If I ever came back from Orlando or New York or Chicago or wherever the fuck, and I know exactly what time I'm supposed to be home, and if I showed up at home 3 hours late while never having stopped whatsoever and not being cognizant of any delay in my trip, I'm calling a goddamn neurosurgeon. I'm getting a brain scan. I'm not going to, I guess I'll probably go to a hypnotist and see if the Cartman's anal probe is still inside of me.
Did you ever hear about what Dennis Rodman said to Carmen Electra when she caught him in bed with another woman?
No, but I'd like to.
They were married, and she walks in, and there's Rodman fucking some other girl. And she says, Dennis, who's this girl in my bed? And he says, what girl? And she says, the girl right there. And he actually said, she must have fallen out of the ceiling. That's almost as good as I was abducted by aliens on a country road.
Oh, okay. So now the person that apparently has Tony Khan's ear and is giving him loads of great advice, including bring somebody in for me to beat every week on television, Tony, fully believes that he lost 3 hours in the middle of the night, but wasn't concerned enough about it to go to a doctor and find out what may have happened.
Was it daylight savings? What day was it?
Well, now, wait a minute. You can't, no, it's not daylight saving because that's 3 hours. He would have had to have been driving from the West Coast. And also, we fell back rather than ahead. So it's good. The time's going in the wrong way. Maybe he was on the flight with Hogan coming back from Japan where he could work twice in the same day across the international date line. Do they have an international date line on an interstate near Tampa?
In Tampa? I don't know.
Well, Brian, if you've ever wanted to just lose 3 hours or so, I think there's probably easier ways to do it than being abducted by aliens or probed by some swamp creature. I'm thinking that, the best way, if you want to lose not only 3 hours, maybe even lose 8, 9, or even more, you lose those hours with our friends at Helix Sleep. But you don't really lose them because you're gaining something. You're gaining a great night's sleep. Now, unless you buy the Supreme Helix package, you won't get anal probed by one of these mattresses. However, you will get the best night's sleep of your life. And Brian, you can concur with this.
I can, yes, indeed.
Well, then, now that you've concurred, I'll continue.
I concur.
I'll continue to concur with you. Folks, again, our friends at Helix Sleep, it's Christmas time. It's the holidays. You want to give somebody something? Give them rest. Give them relaxation. Give them comfort. Give them a nice, warm place to take a nap and dream of alien abductions. Give them a Helix sleep mattress, or give yourself one. You deserve it too. And this is much easier than driving down a lonely country road. All you have to do is walk in your bedroom and lay down. I'm looking at the warranties right now. You know, Helix mattresses are American made, and they come with a 10 or 15-year warranty depending on the model. And you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. And I mean, you're covered up. If you don't like it, they'll give you your money back. They'll even pick it up for you. You don't have to send it anywhere. They'll give you a full refund. Their warranties and guarantees cover everything about the mattress, but you got to pick carefully as far as who's living with you and what they're going to do to you while you're asleep, and whether or not they're going to steal your belongings and even be there when you wake up or not. You might wake up to a completely empty house if some yahoo that you've moved in with you decides to back up a truck and just load everything except the Helix mattress up and just clean your house out. You'll wake up the next day feeling refreshed, best sleep you've ever had in an empty fucking house. But it's not going to be Helix's fault, because their warranties do not cover your roommates. So choose those carefully. Folks, Helix has a mattress, 14 unique mattresses, as a matter of fact, a collection of luxury models, a mattress for big and tall sleepers, even a mattress made just for kids. The little bitty wee thing it's only 2 feet long. So how will you know which mattress works best for you? You take the Helix Sleep Quiz. In 2 minutes, you find your perfect mattress, and they ship it to you straight to your door free of charge. You test it out for 100 nights. If you love it, you keep it. If you don't love it, well, maybe your roommate's going to steal it from you anyway. But nevertheless, go right now to helixsleep.com. That's HELIX. helixsleep.com/JCE, because right now, for the holidays and just for you, Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows if you just go to helixsleep.com and use that code /JCE. Up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows, depending on what you get. Whatever you get, you're going to love it. We can't guarantee that your roommates will be happy about it. I'm sure they'll probably enjoy you going to sleep for many hours every night, because then they get the opportunity to run completely rampant. But otherwise, they're going to want one of these mattresses too. So buy 2 and put that other weasel that you live with on that mattress. And then while he's asleep, well, while the weasel's asleep, the cats will peep. helixsleep.com/JCE.